On tonight's Wales at 6, the latest drive to get more of us out of our cars and on the buses, but our passengers on board.
It used to be every 15 minutes. They need to bring that back up because sometimes the buses are not turning up either.
If they are going to take over, at least it'd be the one ticket ride.
I mean, the buses have improved hell of a lot. They're clean now, which they never used to be.
Also tonight, a warning from these young lifesavers who say they've rescued 9 paddleboarders in 1 week alone. Plus,
Croeso i'r Eisteddfod yn Wrexham.
a Hollywood hello, but did Rob and Ryan make it to the Mice ahead of Wrexham's first game in the new season? We'll have all the build-up. Hello, good evening. When was the last time you caught the bus? Well, there were over 61 million journeys made on local buses last year, which is actually down from pre-COVID levels. Now there are plans for local authorities and Transport for Wales to franchise services to help improve the network. It'll start in Swansea and South West Wales, where a series of events took place today to see what passengers want from the changes. Well, our correspondent Dean Thomas Welch is at the city's bus station for us this evening. So, Dean, what does all this actually mean?
Yeah, well, Carl, as you can see behind me, there's plenty of movement, lots of buses coming in and out, but there's a drive to get more people on them. Well, Transport for Wales were at Swansea bus station today asking passengers what they can do to do just that.
Getting passengers on board with major changes to how bus services will operate in Wales. By 2027, everything from bus routes to pricing and timetabling will transfer from the bus operators to a partnership between the Welsh Government, Transport for Wales and local authorities. The bus reform bill proposes to introduce a franchising model, aiming to improve bus services and increase passenger numbers.
A lot of routes that people depend on are not commercially viable, and yet the government is subsidising the bus service to a huge amount. So the idea is that we will take much better control over where the buses go and at what frequency and at what time, and in that way we'll be able to serve a larger number of people for pretty much the same amount of money.
Wales lags behind the rest of the UK in terms of the number of people using bus transport.
Well, passenger numbers in Wales last year were 22% lower than the numbers seen before the COVID pandemic. However, there has been a long-term decline in bus usage in Wales, with the total distance travelled by buses 49% lower than in 2005.
To improve those statistics, Transport for Wales were in Swansea bus station, engaging with passengers, asking them their views on how to improve the service.
The times, because up in Winchwen, it's normally every half hour. It used to be every 15 minutes. They need to bring that back up.
Regular times, that's one of the things. And, I mean, the buses have improved hell of a lot. They're clean now, which they never used to be.
Newer buses as well, because ones got on here are awful.
It's those voices that Transport for Wales say is shaping the future of the service. Today, they showed off their new Traws bus. Modern, electric, and able to travel further, linking routes in different regions of Wales.
And what we've seen with our Traws network, which we're already running, is significant growth. So up to 60% growth, more often than not around 15% growth, just as a result of introducing new vehicles which are better to ride in, cleaner, and they feel like the future rather than feel like the past.
As Wales gears up to become a net zero nation by 2050, boosting public transport use is critical. The big question is, can this new approach drive a public transport revolution and get more people to choose the bus?
So, Dean, why is Swansea the first place to trial these proposals then?
Well, Carl, Swansea already has a robust bus network with regular services around the city and to places further afield like the Mumbles. Swansea is also a major city and the local authority here is trying its best to get more people on buses. So one of the things they're doing is they're allowing everyone in the city free travel on buses during the school summer holidays. Now, how the system plays out in Swansea will dictate how the rest of this project is rolled out across Wales.
OK, Dean, live there in Swansea for us tonight. Thanks for the update. Bin collections in Wrexham are set to be disrupted after workers announced a strike. The Unite Union says the dispute centres around working patterns and overtime payments, and residents will face a series of rolling strikes stretching into November. Wrexham Council say they're extremely disappointed by the move. A life-saving club are warning people to stay vigilant when heading into the sea this summer holiday. The Vale Life-Saving Club say they've helped 9 people in a single week at Jackson's Bay in Barry. Well, there for us this evening is our reporter Issa Farfor. So Issa, with the hot weather coming back, I'd assume the beaches are going to be busier than ever.
Good evening, Carl. Well, the RNLI is expecting this weekend to be the busiest of the year so far. I'm here at Jackson's Bay in Barry. As you can see behind me, it might look quite calm out there. But strong and hidden currents can sweep even confident swimmers and paddleboarders out to sea. And this week, a group of volunteer lifesavers have been forced to put their training into action.
Obviously, we need to check the status of our casualty.
From the moment they pull on the red and yellow, their mission is the same: keeping people safe in the water. And for these young lifesavers, it's been a week they'll never forget.
So that was my first ever rescue. Very daunting going out there because I was the MVLBQ, so I was practically in charge of the rescue. So it was really daunting being in charge, but it was really rewarding after knowing that I'd helped someone and had that experience myself.
So I need 3 of you to go out and be patients. The other 3 you're going to be rescuing.
Among those rescued was a young paddleboarder, struggling to make it back to shore before the tide carried them further out.
I was quite nervous because I haven't done many myself. We were made aware of the situation and we went out and we obviously made sure she was okay. She was quite stressed out, so we calmed her down when we got her onto the front of our board, and I paddled her back in, and Katie obviously took the paddleboard with her. Obviously that was quite hard though, it didn't have a leash or anything, so we do advise you get a leash on your paddleboards to make it easier. So I could quite relate to how she could have been feeling as she was around a similar age to me.
The team here in Barry watches over the beach and shares safety tips, but they say stopping people getting into trouble is just as important as pulling them out.
9 people in 1 week. Yeah, this is a very a fabulous beach. It's a local beach for Barry, but we do see a lot of paddleboarders. Paddleboarders become really accessible. I think, you know, the boards are really accessible for people, but whilst it looks an amazing beach, it is quite dangerous. And so, yeah, we do see quite a lot of instances where our team, so our team are over there, they do end up rescuing a lot of people. And particularly, yeah, that 1 week, we had 9 rescues in 1 week. We've actually done 15 in last month in total.
Okay, we all ready?
Yeah.
Perfect.
These volunteers give their time freely, and this week it's meant 9 people making it home safely.
Well, after these rescues, the team posted this online, which sums up the message nicely. We are so proud of our young lifeguards for keeping the beach safe and providing safety and prevention to beach users. However, it seems as though our message is still not being heard. As a club, we have rescued and assisted 9 people in 1 week alone. So, Carl, the message is clear here. If you are heading to the beach this weekend, the best rescue is the one that doesn't have to happen in the first place. So be careful and respect the water.
Absolutely, yeah. We can see people there in the background, staying safe but having fun. Thank you for that tonight. Next tonight, getting around the house if you're elderly or disabled can come with challenges. So now the Welsh Government says it's trying to change that, with an extra £6 million being spent this year on resources and aids for people to make their homes more accessible. Liam McConkey reports.
It's now much easier for Janet and Jim Watkins in Bridgend to get around the house. They have a range of simple resources making life more accessible. Anything from magnifying glasses helping with Jim's vision to shower chairs. It's all making a big difference.
It's made us live more independently. We haven't got to ask family to help my husband in out the shower, or, you know, amazing things that's happened. He can go out and make tea, coffee, use the kitchen, whereas before we couldn't because it's too dark. And the lighting has helped us tremendously.
It's the charity Care and Repair which has helped distribute the items which has come from Welsh Government funding. They go into people's homes and see what resources they need.
So we assess the client as needing adaptations in the shower room. As you can see, we've supplied a portable shower step as well as a portable shower stool.
What may seem small adaptations are actually providing big steps.
The simple equipment or benefits advice that we offer does really go a massive way for that client. But in terms of the knock-on effects, or, you know, bed days, prevention of hospital admissions, maybe less reliance on GP surgeries and healthcare providers.
Data shows that 1 in 5 homes in Wales had a Category 1 hazard, which can cause a serious risk to health and safety. So preventing people entering the health system because of home hazards is key.
We know that we have an older population here in Wales, and we know that our housing needs to match that really, and we want to keep people independent in their own homes for as long as possible.
But for disability campaigners, more accessible housing across Wales is needed fast.
I think at the moment we're sort of putting plasters over inaccessible properties by providing adaptations, which is welcomed. However, the design of the properties themselves need to be accessible from the start.
A quarter of people in the UK with accessibility needs are said to find it difficult to get in and around their home. And getting on top of home adaptations now is crucial, especially here in Wales, with an ageing population. Liam McConkey, ITV News in Bridgend.
Well, do stay with us. There's still plenty more to come this evening. It's been a big day at the Eisteddfod.
Yes, and join me live on the Maes as the Eisteddfod draws to a close to find out who's taking home that highly prized chair.
And Ruth will be here with the all-important weather forecast. Ruth, some hot weather on the cards.
Yes, absolutely. Summer is back. And after a bit of a slow start to the weekend, we look on course for the 4th heat wave of the season next week. I'll see you in a few minutes.
But first, rugby side, the Scarlets say American investors will take a 55% stake in the club. It follows speculation about the future of rugby in West Wales after the WRU triggered a review of the professional game in Wales. Well, our sports reporter Matt Southcombe is here with me in the studio. So, Matt, why is all this very significant?
Well, yeah, as we touched on all week, really, the Welsh Rugby Union will soon enter a formal consultation over potentially losing 1 or even 2 of the current professional clubs. So what we're seeing now are those clubs fortifying their business cases for survival. And today, as you say, the Scarlets have announced that House of Luxury, a US luxury asset agency, has taken into a partnership with them with the intention of taking up a 55% stake in the club. They have a sports division led by none other than David Moffat, the former Welsh Rugby Union CEO. He was at the helm in 2003 when the regions were created, and he's been critical of how the game has been run in Wales ever since then. Like everybody now, House of Luxury are waiting to see how the landscape in Welsh rugby does change, but if the Scarlets continue in their current guise with a relative level of funding, then they are ready to step in and acquire that 55% stake.
So we are delusionally optimistic. We go in with enthusiasm when everybody's getting out, because as good business people, that's where we find the most opportunities. And we're excited about partnering with Scarlets because there is less risk than so many of the other offerings that were available to us.
And at the fallout then from some political leaders trying to stop the Ospreys redeveloping St Helens in Swansea. Well, that's continuing, isn't it, that fallout?
Yes, it is. As you mentioned, there's some Carmarthenshire-based politicians have called on the Senedd to step in regarding the Ospreys redevelopment of St Helens, and that in turn would strengthen the Ospreys business case for survival. And now Carolyn Harris, Neath Swansea East MP, has hit back.
Not only surprised, but astounded and extremely disappointed.
I see no reason why any politician decides to interfere in the business of not only a different constituency, a different region with a different local authority. I'm absolutely astounded that they've done this.
Well, Carl, strong words there, and this is a sign now of things that I think we can expect to come. The Ospreys and the Scarlets have played their hand. They've put themselves in the strongest possible place now as the WRU heads into this consultation. The Welsh Rugby Union hopes to have a way forward by October, but there could be a lot more to come before then.
Yeah, lots of moving parts to this one. Matt, thanks for the update so far. I know you'll keep across it. Thanks for that tonight. Football and Wales's women are set to welcome Australia to the Cardiff City Stadium. Rhian Wilkinson's side will face the Aussies in October in the first encounter between both nations. Meanwhile, Wrexham's fairy tale rise opens a new chapter tomorrow as they begin their season in the English second tier. Their Hollywood owners have helped them secure 3 successive promotions, and the city's looking forward to their next big adventure. Ian Lang reports.
Wrexham City Centre today, and there's a real buzz in the air. Last season saw them achieve something that has never been achieved in British football before: 3 successive promotions. Tomorrow, the record-breaking football team begin a new season in the Championship, playing at a level they've not competed in for more than 40 years. Indeed, Wrexham as a whole is on the up. It's now a city with a global profile, attracting visitors from around the world.
Now, this is the nearest I've been able to get to Rob and Ryan today, but if you talk to people in the city about what's been achieved for Wrexham, they've achieved heroic status. Are you excited about what?
Yeah, I'm very, very excited what's happened to Wrexham, especially with promotion 3 times.
Marvellous. A good boost to the town as well.
It's a city on the up.
Yes, definitely, most definitely.
You know, I mean, everybody seems to be upbeat and prospering.
It's great because Wrexham was before very quiet, very, very quiet, and most of the people was never mentioned Wrexham football team. Since he took over, and people now proud of Wrexham team. As a Welsh, they are proud. They say, oh, Wrexham is doing very well.
Meanwhile, the Turf Pub has become a favourite with tourists from around the world. Steve Liddy is from Melbourne.
Well, I come up to Wales to explore Wales, but I particularly wanted to come here because Wrexham's on the map, right? We've all seen it through the Netflix series, and you've got tourists from all around the world coming here now, isn't it? It's a great feel-good story, the fact that they've actually come up from the amateur league and worked their way up.
And as for dedicated local fans, times couldn't be better.
It's like Hollywood movies, isn't it?
Yeah, I just buzz off it. I mean, it's like I say, international people. They hear their stories, why they've come over here. They've seen the series. Most of them don't even know nothing about football. They just want to come to the turf.
Couldn't write this, could you? Look at the ending, and we're not there yet. Premier, who knows? Who knows? Oh, I'm all goosebumps. Thinking of it, I am. Oh, it's marvellous.
They play away to Southampton tomorrow. The world will be watching. Ian Lang, ITV News, Wrexham.
Well, of course, there's quite a buzz in the city for this at the moment, and that buzz has been seen too at the National Eisteddfod, which is being held on the outskirts of Wrexham. And there for us this evening is our correspondent, Carol Green. Hi, Carol. Good evening to you. Well, that footballing success, it's really been reflected where you are on the mice there this week, hasn't it?
It certainly has, Carl. Wrexham shirts have been the clothing of choice here at this year's Eisteddfod. They're literally everywhere on the mice, reflecting the pride, the hopes and the dreams of the fans. But the importance of football has also been more formally recognised, with 2 women, a player and a translator, being accepted into the Gorsedd here this morning, recognising their contribution to Welsh life.
What a special...
Swapping her football kit for Bardic robes, as Wrexham FC footballer Lily Mai was accepted into the Gorsedd today.
My name's Lily Ddarchgara, in memory of my dad. He passed away a few years ago, so to be able to honour his name and take him on that journey with me was really special. it felt quite nice having the whole family here, and then to hear his name as well. It was almost like we were kind of all back together again. So yeah, it was really special to be able to do that. I think it's been a really, really successful Steddfod so far. It's such a special event anyway, but having it in your hometown just makes it that extra bit special. So yeah, I've enjoyed every minute.
Football is at fever pitch here on the Mice. And there was a big cheer as Maxine Hughes, who works as an interpreter with Wrexham's Hollywood owners, was also honoured.
We're seeing it everywhere, we're seeing people, because of Rob and Ryan now, getting interested in Wales. I don't know how many times when I come back to Wales people have said to me, oh, I'm learning Welsh now because of Welcome to Wrexham, which is amazing.
Croeso i'r Eisteddfod yn Wrexham.
Croeso i'r Eisteddfod yn Wrexham.
Bob and Ryan have been keen to learn about Wales's unique language and culture, even employing a Welsh teacher for the club.
Everyone's hearing Rob and Ryan having a go, which has been excellent for us. So yeah, it's a really positive thing to try and promote the language, encourage people to have a go, learn a bit, and maybe the younger generation seeing that it's quite cool to be speaking Welsh because Rob and Ryan are doing it. So why not have a go and try and learn some Welsh and siarad Cymraeg? Yeah. Ti'n mwynhau bod yma, David? Yeah.
As the Eisteddfod draws to a close for another year, Wrexham's journey in the Championship is just beginning.
Well, Carol, let's move away from Rob and Ryan for just a second, because the chairing of the Bard took place at the main ceremony today, and that's a real highlight at the festival, isn't it?
It certainly is, Carl. This prestigious poetry competition is indeed the main prize, and this year's winner has just been announced, and it's Tudur Hallam for the second time. Tudur last won the chair back in 2010, and the theme this year was city, and that's pertinent, of course, because Wrexham is a new city, and Tudur cleverly combined the theme with football and before taking a more serious turn addressing a cancer diagnosis. One of the judges said the winning poem was spine-tingling. So, llongyfarchiadau, congratulations to Tudur.
And Carol, Wrexham as a city, as you say, it's really embraced this week, hasn't it?
It certainly has. The Mice has been really busy, and there's been lots of Welsh learners about too. If you get a chance to walk along the stalls here, we've heard plenty of Welsh learners taking the chance to ymarfer, to practice their Welsh. And this week as well, we could be in no doubt where in Wales we are. There's been a real sense of place from that Gresford Colliery disaster opera performed on the Mice yesterday to the focus on football throughout the week. The weather has also been kind. I've enjoyed my stint, and in the words of a very popular local band, it's always sunny in Wrexham.
Thanks, Carol. We've enjoyed it too. Thank you. Well, still to come on the ITV Evening News.
Coming up on tonight's ITV Evening News, the family of teenager Harvey Wilgoose say they will continue to campaign for safer schools after a 15-year-old is found guilty of his murder. In Australia, revelations that the mushroom murderer was accused of repeatedly trying to poison her husband with cookies, pasta and curry. Plus, find out why these rowers have been caught up in a row over migrants with an MP. Join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
Before that, it's weather time, and Ruth is here. And Ruth, everyone's talking about it. It feels like summer is back.
I'm everyone's friend all over again. Well, yes, very temporarily, I'm sure, because yes, summer is back. It's been a glorious week for the Eisteddfod this week up in Wrexham. It is always sunny up there, and there is plenty more of that sunshine to come over the next few days. The weekend, of course, is just a few, hours, minutes away now. As far as the general setup is concerned, a mixture of sunshine and showers on Saturday. You won't notice those showers too much. By the time we get to Sunday, those showers will be a dim and distant memory. And then by the time we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week, well, yes, a return to possible heat wave conditions. What on earth is going on? Well, it's all thanks to our little friend, the jet stream, this ribbon of air you can see that effectively edges its way northwards. And that allows for this lovely warm air to start working its way in from the near continent. What are we talking about temperature-wise? Well, I will show you. Today we've had around 20 or 21. I don't often start with the outlook picture, but I think Actually, quite frankly, I don't need to say anymore. We could just leave this here for a couple of minutes, couldn't we? The temperatures will continue to rise as we head through the tail end of the weekend and into the start of the week, peaking on Tuesday, at around 30 degrees Celsius. Let's take a look at that in a little more detail.
Today's forecast, blue skies, followed by a spread of hot and cold plates. TUI sponsors ITV Cymru Wales weather.
Well, it's another lovely evening across much of Wales out there at the moment. Blue sky and sunshine. We'll see a little bit of cloud developing overnight tonight, and it could be thick enough for a few spots of patchy rain and drizzle, but nothing you're going to notice. Temperatures dropping to between 10 and 12, so nothing too much to worry about here either. But it is going to be quite a blustery start to the weekend. Again, the winds particularly keen out towards coastal fringes, but we're looking at a pretty decent day, a mixture of sunny spells and scattered showers. The showers tending to fizzle out into the afternoon, perhaps just a few remaining over the hills and mountains across the north. But if you do see some blue sky, it'll feel very pleasant with highs of around 21 or 22, maybe just a little fresher thanks to that breeze around coastal fringes with high levels of UV. Calm and quiet through Saturday evening, so if you are heading out and about, it'll look pretty fine. Again, warm through the evening. And then Sunday is looking, well, what can I say, even more cheerful still. Across much of the UK, we've got a ridge of high pressure starting to build, and you can see the temperatures starting to rise as well. Always that little bit warmer across the far southeast, northwestern areas. We'll see more in the way of clouds starting to bubble up, but generally, unless you're heading to the hills and mountains in the north, it should be a lovely day. And that warm, settled and sunny theme continues then as we head into the start of next week. In fact, if anything, the temperatures just keep on climbing, and you can see almost unbroken sunshine to start the week as well. So possible heatwave conditions, as I've been saying. The temperatures here look set to peak around about Monday or Tuesday, and we could see highs of around 30 degrees Celsius. That's several degrees above the average for the time of year. Some chilly nights, but actually even these will warm up too.
TUI sponsors ITV Cymru Wales weather.
You are welcome.
We thank you.
That's all I need to say. A little bit of summer.
Thank you so much, Ruth. A lot of people are saying that to you tonight. Thank you. Well, that's all for now. Mike Griffiths is here with your late update after the news at 10. But from Ruth, from me and all of the Wales at 16, good night. Thanks for watching.